Ladies and gentlemen, exciting day today for me anyway. My old Seadoo here that's been broke down for about a year now. I finally have the alternative to the fix. I want to start by saying I purchased HP tuners, the cables for doing Seadoos, in hopes of being able to take the information off this computer, write it onto another computer. But unfortunately this machine's too old and it wasn't able to pull the information off it. It's not on the list in their vehicles yet. Maybe it will be in the future, but for the meantime I was dead in the water because I need an ECU for this machine, and it's a supercharged 185, which in the Seadoo world is known to be kind of an oddball. And what happened last year was it started melting the center coil out of the engine, and I verified that we had some computer failure. So what I ended up having to do was I got a hold of a company called Torx Racing in the States, and they deal with Seadoos and Seadoo ECUs, all kinds of parts and stuff. And what I ended up having to do was take my original ECU out of the machine, box it up, send it to these guys, and then you got to pay up front the cost of the new computer that they're going to give you and the cost of shipping it back. So literally the delivery truck just pulled out of my yard here. I'm holding in my hand a brand new computer from Torx Racing. It was sent quite nicely, nice bubble wrap in the box, so very unlikely that it got damaged in the process of shipping. So basically all I've got to do is plug this in my machine, hook my ignition coils back up where I had them off to do testing, and I've already got the battery into it, so this thing with the garden hose hooked up, I should be ready to fire up after I install this ECU. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll cut the camera off, I'll get the computer in, and we'll see what happens. Alright, our new computer is in. Very simple. The wires are labeled A and B. You can't mess it up. So plug them in. The injectors are all plugged in. We've got water hooked up. Key is in. We got a beep. This baby hasn't been going in almost a year. Now let's see. Wow, look at that. Thanks to Torx Racing. You know, it did cost a little bit of money. That being said, they're going good on this computer for a year, they say. So 1 year warranty on your new ECU if you got to go through this. But I do want to say with the HP tuners, if you get this trouble in a newer machine, you can just go to a junkyard wherever, rob an ECU that matches yours, use HP tuners to pull your info, load it on the other computer, and away you go. But at least this way, I have a brand new computer. Now I know that's not going to be a fail point for this machine. If you guys have watched the other videos, you know I've done a lot of messing around with this thing, just, you know, foolishness really, but it's been a great, reliable old machine. We put a lot of hours onto it, and we're going to be putting some more on now that this ECU is fixed. I plan to do a saltwater ride, hopefully tomorrow. So, super pumped that both machines are working. The wife will be so happy. And you guys with one of these Seadoos, they're worth nothing when they're broke. I mean, I knew this had a good 4-stroke engine. This machine always treated me well, so I wasn't really too upset about spending the money on the new computer. And as you see, now that I have it and it's here and it's in, it's well worth it because the machine is fixed. So again, big shout out to Torx Racing. Thanks for getting my machine fixed. Thanks for being great to deal with and getting things done even though you were busy. And hopefully this video brings you some future business, and hopefully it helps you guys if you're making the decision of, does my machine need a computer? As you've seen my last video, or one of the last videos of this with the troubles, it was literally melting the coil right out of the center cylinder. It was losing sending too much power for whatever reason. So we verified that. We put a different computer in, verified that 100% that was the problem. Then I ordered the new one with the proper tune on it from Torx. Seadoo's fixed, end of story.